Hi, it's Dani again. Welcome to video 9, how to find an awesome lender. The very first place you should start when you are looking for a lender is with the real estate professional that you choose to work with. We are very well connected. We have a network of vendors that we use, and we have that network because we need reliable people to work with throughout the transaction. I always say half the equation in a smooth real estate transaction is the real estate professional and the other half is the lender. Because if you have one that's horrible and one that's great, you're going to have a rough transaction. But if you have both that are awesome, your transaction should hopefully be super smooth and stress-free. So start with your real estate professional. Now, one thing that I want to point out, because I've had a couple clients ask me this question, is they wanted to know, how much money do we get paid from the lender for the referral? We don't get paid anything. We are not allowed to accept money for referrals in this business. I can't pay them, they can't pay me, not even for a home inspection, okay? Those are called kickbacks, they're illegal, and we can't do them. You're well within your rights to go do your own homework and find a lender. If that's the case, I'm gonna give you a couple tips. Stay away from loan officers that work at call centers, and you will know because you will have a lot of racket and noise in the background, just like when you call into technical support and you can hear the entire call center echoing in the background as you're trying to have a conversation with somebody. Stay away from call centers. They tend to be not up to snuff when it comes to purchases and not the easiest to work with. As you're doing your search for a lender that you want to work with, you should have a list of questions for them. You want to know, do they charge any loan origination fees up front? What are their upfront fees? What is the appraisal cost? You just want to know, because sometimes lenders will charge you points. A point is 1% of the purchase price. So if you've got a lender charging you 2 points on a $300,000 house, well, that's $6,000. That's a lot of money, right? But lenders also make money from the mortgages in different ways that you don't see after the fact. Just know going in that they don't have to charge those points up front. You're going to want to ask what their approval process is. What do they need up front to get you pre-approved, and how long does that pre-approval process take? Ask them if they have any special programs or discounts for first-time home buyers, and depending upon your loan type that you'll discuss with your lender, ask them about their overlays. Let me explain overlays to you. So if you go to the internet and you Google FHA loans minimum credit score, I'm using this as an example, but it will pop up with a 580 credit score. So that's the minimum credit score, all right? So now you're thinking, okay, I got a 619 credit score. I'm gonna go into Big Bank of America and I'm going to apply for a mortgage. And you get in there and they're like, they pull your credit and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, sir, but your credit score is only 630 and we have a minimum credit score for FHA loans of 640. And you're like, huh? What? And you pull up your phone and you're like, yeah, but I'm looking at this information I found online and it clearly states the minimum is 580. And they're like, I'm sorry, sir, but our minimum is 640, and they can't answer your question. That's because so many people do not know what an overlay is. So Big Bank of America has additional protections in place for all of their FHA loans to kind of safeguard them against a higher number of foreclosures. So they have a minimum credit score for FHA loans of 640. FHA has a minimum of 580. They're offering FHA loans, but Bank of America has an overlay on top of that to reduce the number of foreclosures. So their minimum score is 640. So I hope that makes perfect sense. But ask the lender what their overlays are. If they have no idea what you're talking about, just go find a different lender or go back to your real estate professional and see if they have anybody else they can refer you to, because this is important. You want to find somebody that knows what they're doing. And unfortunately, in any industry, you know, there's the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? So you want to find somebody that's really good to help you through this process. I hope that you found this video super helpful. Please watch the next video. Again, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so that you can get the most recent videos, and have a super duper day.